I'm 23 years old, I've made millions of dollars, and my business is on track to do $10 million this year. And over the past few years, I've helped over 200 18 to 25-year-olds make more than 6 figures online. And in this video, I'm gonna show you the 3 things that you actually need to get rich in your 20s so I can save you a shit ton of time and money. Now, I'm gonna preface this video with the fact that I have nothing to sell you. So the 3 things that I tell you in this video is gonna be the brutal truth, and you probably haven't heard them anywhere else on the internet. And these 3 things, I've seen them in every single entrepreneur that I've ever met that saw success. I haven't met one millionaire that hasn't done these 3 things. Now, to be honest, this video is probably gonna be boring. There's gonna be no edits, no TikTok, dopamine, things popping up on your screen and shit like that. It's gonna be raw value that you can implement into your life and start making more money as soon as tomorrow. And so if you can't pay attention for 15 minutes to improve your life, click off the video. Like, you're cooked, you were never gonna make money from the jump. But if you can actually lock in, full screen the video, then let's get to it. So the first most important thing, if you're trying to get into making money online or not in like a conventional way, is just burning the ship and going all in. And all that I mean by that is literally just making the decision that this is it. When I first started, I was like in school, I had a job, I was like half-assing everything. So I had this relationship, I was half-assing that. I had, I was going to college, I was doing shitty at that. I was trying to run a business, I was doing shitty at that. And it's you justifying to yourself that this might not work. And if it doesn't, it's not my fault. And like I just have this thing as a backup plan. If you don't sacrifice one thing for the other, then what you want will be the sacrifice. And you will do everything mediocre, you know? And let me put it like this. Let's say you're trying to run like a marketing agency, sales, like whatever the fuck you're doing, it doesn't really matter. There's one guy, he goes all in and he does everything in his power to see success. And then you do it for 3 hours a day. Like be real with yourself. Like, who the fuck do you think is actually gonna win? And then the moment that you actually go all in and you stop seeing this as like, I'm gonna make some money this summer, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna try and do this, and then I have college as a backup plan. The moment you actually start to try and figure it out. Because when you have something as a backup plan, it just gives you the opportunity to blame external factors. There have been way more people in this world that have been in way worse situations than you that have made it work. And because of that, it's not the business's fault. It's not online, that it's online's fault. It's nobody's fault besides yours. So you need to take complete, utter responsibility of your life and go, listen, like, wherever I am right now, it's completely my fault. If I love my life, fuck yeah, I did this to myself. If I hate my life, I did this to myself. So take the responsibility that people have done exactly what you want to do with less resources and say, listen, like, that's a good thing. Like, these industries that we're getting into, like marketing, for example, or like AI, these are billion-dollar businesses. And if you're not seeing success in a billion-dollar industry, whose fault is that? Now, it's going to take time, and I understand that you probably have bills and maybe your parents are like, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. What I'll say is, like, you have to start making decisions for yourself at one point or another, whether that's right now or whether you start making decisions for yourself in a year or 2 years or whenever you graduate college. You are going to have to start making decisions for yourself. And the decision has to be like, I am all in on this online money thing, and I have no other option. Now I am completely unemployable because I have gotten the taste of what it is like to be a business owner and to run my own business and do stuff on my own terms. I'm completely unemployable. Even if I fail, I will be much more miserable getting a normal job in a 9 to 5 than anything else. Now, people ask me all the time, they're like, bro, how are you so consistent throughout your day? How do you do it? How do you wake up on time? It's like, dude, I love this. And there is nothing else but this. And I think a lot of people, when it comes to trying to make money, they think they have to add a bunch of stuff, or they think like, what do I have to do here? And it's really hard for me to be disciplined. Like, if I was in your situation, for you watching this video, I would probably be undisciplined too. I have just created so many systems in my life to make it so easy for me to see the success and to do the day-to-day tasks that I want. So for you guys, you need to create a plan. It's like, okay, I'm all in. This is what my schedule would look like when I'm all in. Change and decide to do that tomorrow and be like, okay, I know that this might be hard. I have my roommate who's trying to get me to go out. I have my parents who are trying to call me and distract me. I have this. Like, everything is pulling you away to be from being successful because the average person isn't successful. So of course it's going to take a lot of you being uncomfortable. But you need to create systems in your life and a structure in your life that makes it really easy for you to be successful and put in the same work day in and day out. Like I said, if I was you guys and I had 10 people calling me trying to get me to go out on Fridays and Saturdays, like, I'm probably saying yes, but like I've been able to create situations for myself where that doesn't happen. So for you, I would challenge you to be like, okay, where am I getting distracted? Is it my phone? Am I watching too much content? Am I trying to work and this is happening? And remove it. And start to remove things and systemize things out of your life that makes it harder for you to see success. So that's the first thing, and probably the most important. If you eliminate a backup plan, like we are smart, we're entrepreneurs, we figure it out. But we're for one foot in, 1 foot out, it's fucked. The second thing is I was so confused, and I spent 2 years straight trying to figure out what business model should I run. Is this the perfect model? I think if I were to restart, I would find a mentor and I would find a high value skill and I would marry it. You need to realize that the industry that you're in is not the reason why you're not being successful. Are there people in the industry that have seen success? Are there better industries than others? Yes, yes. Both answers are yes. Does that mean that there's no one with, like I was talking about earlier, no one that has had a worse situation than you end up making a better situation out of it? There is someone that has been in a worse off situation that has made a 10 grand a month business in whatever the fuck you're doing. And so why do you think it's that is their fault? Now, what I would do if I was restarting is I would literally just pick a skill and pick a business where I could get really, really good at something really, really quickly. So whether that's a marketing agency, you're gonna get in marketing and sales, whether that's joining somebody's sales organization and they teach you everything that they know, you need to learn and you need to become valuable to the market. That's the way where you're gonna make money. Like I ran two businesses before this. I was probably clearing like 300 grand a year in profit for the past few years. And then when I got into this new one, I've cleared over like 600 grand in personal profit in the first 6 months. So like I've made double what I was making in a whole year in the first 6 months in a year. And I don't even necessarily think the reason why was the business model, like necessarily. It was more so the fact that I was, number one, I eliminated everything else like we were talking about. And I had so many skills from these other businesses that I ran where I came and implemented them here. I saw insane returns. So if I was restarting, like essentially all I would do is I would figure out, okay, what am I good at? I think if you're good at talking to people, sales is good. I don't think you need to overcomplicate it. And then find a business where you can literally just get good at it, even if you're not getting paid. Well, if I were to go start a marketing agency or AI company, and I had to restart, I would literally just go do stuff for free until I got really good. You need to realize that you are going to get paid in a direct correlation to how much value you can provide to everybody around you. So if you can't provide any value to anybody and you can't help people either save time or make more money, you aren't going to make more money. People spend money for a reason. They don't just spend money for no reason. Back when I was running a marketing agency, I started to learn so much about solar panels. It's like, dude, I didn't sign up for this shit. I didn't sign up to learn about solar panels, but I had to learn about solar panels to be able to market it for my clients. And so I became a solar expert, and that's how I was able to make that much money. And if I could help my clients make $300,000, I could fully justify I could justify charging $30,000. So you need to get in the mindset of I just need to get better. I just need to get good, and I just need to build the man that is going to be able to make the money that I want to make. And you need to get it away from I need to make 10 grand next month. I need to make 10 grand next month. I need to make 10 grand this month. There will never be a point in my life where I'm not making 50 grand a month. You could strip my whole business from me. You could throw me in plumbing and I know how to market and sell, and I could scale it. I could scale that company in a month. I could go into any job and I could run shit because of the skills and the person that I've created, and no one can take it from me. So learn before you earn and go all in. And be willing to take a pay cut over the first 6 months, because I promise the situation that I'm in today is 100% worth it. Now, I used to sell a course and sell info, and that was the business that I ran before this. Now, I don't really like the course model because it doesn't really matter if someone sees success. Now I run a sales team. We got around 80 guys. The average one makes 11 grand a month. Everyone at 18 to 25, just like us, literally having conversations just like this. I talk to everybody every day, one-on-one mentorship. It's completely free. That's why I make the videos, to get more people on the sales team. And I mentor people. If I help them make money, I make money in return. If you don't make money, I don't make money. If you want to join, link in the description, click it. I'll teach you how to sell. I'll teach you how to build a team. I'll teach you everything you want to know completely one-on-one. So if you want to join, click link below and let's chat. If not, keep enjoying the video. And point 3 is you got to move with a little bit more urgency than just lackadaisically living through life. I am just so surprised with how fast my early 20s and from 18 to 23 has gone by. in the moment I sit there and I'm like, I want to make 10 grand next month. I want to make 30 grand next month. Like I need this right now. And of course, like you want it. But I think I underestimated like how fast that time would actually go by. And now I'm sitting here 23, of course, like I'm happy with the situation that I'm in. But there have been years where I've been in business where I just was okay with not growing. What I will say is like what you're not changing, you're choosing. And so if you've been stuck, whether you're stuck at 30 grand, whether you're stuck at 10, whether you're stuck not doing anything, you are choosing that on a day-to-day basis. And you are tolerating the lack of growth that you have. If you were placed in a situation where you would have to see growth or you would die or a family member would die, like you would be able to figure it out. And that just means that it's not necessarily a tactics problem. That all that means is like, you know what to do, you just don't do it. And I think a lack of urgency just comes from a lack of stakes. When there's not stakes, like the human brain doesn't see it as that important. And I think the biggest stake is that you're gonna die. And that life is not guaranteed and you could get hit by a bus tomorrow and you wouldn't have done anything you wanted to do or change as many lives as you wanted to change. And then the second thing is like, you could die tomorrow, you could leave life right now, let that determine what you want to do. And then the second thing is, fuck dude, COVID could come back tomorrow. Everything could be fucked. And that frame helps me move with much more urgency. Like, bro, I need to change. I need to like actually start moving. So when it comes to that, it's your goals will continuously get bumped and that's okay. Because right now, let's say I'm talking to you and you don't have any business experience. Like, how long have you been doing this? How long have you been sitting around jerking off watching YouTube videos thinking you're making progress but not? Like when I first started Online Money, I bought an Iman Ghazi course for 50 bucks. He tried to sell me it for 4 grand. I bought it from an Indian. And before I did anything, before I made a cold call, before I talked to anybody about business, I decided that it was a good idea to watch all 10 hours of courses and take notes on the whole thing, and then I watched it again. And I read books, I read Think and Grow Rich, I read 48 Laws of Power, I watched all the YouTube videos, and I knew everything. It felt like it, but I didn't have urgency to actually do what mattered. So number one, you need to have urgency to grow, and like, holy shit, let's fucking go, 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 go. But then you need to have the right priorities on what actually matters. And so the helpful frame that I would talk to you about is, and I would suggest to you is, what is the one thing that's actually gonna make me money, feed me and the people that I love next month? Like, is you watching this, even this YouTube video? Is this feed, like, are you going to do anything? Or are you going to click off of this and just be like, oh, you know? Like, are you going to make a decision to actually change and put one foot in front of the other? So think about moving with a lot of urgency, and then think about prioritizing the right thing that's actually going to make progress in your life. Other than that, I appreciate y'all for watching. Like I said, if you want to join the team, it's completely free. Click a link in the description, and we'll see if you're a good fit. If not, no worries. Keep enjoying the content, and I'll catch you guys later.